Well, moving into our second segment of the day, we got a reporter by the first name James. I got to figure out his last name, but the White House really doesn't like this guy. This guy has been hounding them for weeks, and for a long time, he wasn't getting his questions in, and he was actually the guy that we heard a lot of times just yelling things from the back of the room, and here he just completely shellacks the White House on shooting these objects out of the sky, and the Biden administration's handling the whole thing. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, folks. Leave us a comment down below. Your help support would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you very much, Kareem, and thank you, Admiral. Two questions about this whole series of military shoot-downs. First, it defies reason that you would have zero idea what these three objects were, since the fighter jets themselves took video of their sorties. Will you release the cockpit videos from those missions?
I'd have to refer you to DOD on that, James, in terms of releasing the imagery. I never said we had zero idea. I said we don't know what they are, and so did the President. The President also told you that the intelligence community's leading explanations at this point are that they were a benign purpose, probably commercial, recreation, or scientific research. But we may not be able to go to 100% certainty on that unless or until we can get to the debris and analyze it. And as I said earlier, that task alone is going to be very difficult. And I can't predict with certainty that we're actually going to be able to get recover the debris. But we never said we had no idea. We can't prove definitively. The intelligence community has helped us try to do some analysis on this, and that's their leading explanation.
So he's going to continue here, and he actually gets a lot of questions off. But what are the odds? And it's kind of a conspiracy theory. We don't really know. What are the odds that they're just saying that, oh, it landed in a rough terrain, the weather, we can't get to it, because they know what it is, and because they know it's a party balloon from some kid's birthday, or is a balloon that launched off from Disneyland and flew across the United States into the territory of which they shot it down in? That since it's a balloon, they don't want to embarrass themselves of everything that just took place here, or that it was a civilian or a community of researchers and we shot their balloon out of the sky. So that's probably why they're just never going to come out with the fact of they know what it is. In reality, they do know what it is, but they're going to pretend like they can't get to it, or it's some craft that ultimately is in rough terrain that we'll never know what it is. So let me know what you think about that idea. I think that's really what's going on here, and I think they're just embarrassed with what took place. And so as long as they could say, well, it's benign, it wasn't a threat, we took care of it for your guys' safety, for your safety, everything's fine, nobody got hurt, they're going to leave that story in for months and months, years and years, and we'll actually never know what actually really took place.
You have tried to portray this entire sequence of events as one in which the Commander-in-Chief demonstrated good judgment at the right time and did the right things.
Yes, thank you.
The President's critics obviously see it differently. And what they depict is a Commander-in-Chief who, according to the Washington Post reporting, was able to track this Chinese spy balloon from the inception of its mission off of Hainan Island all the way to U.S. airspace and across the country. And eventually that was shot down after the Chinese had had a good look at whatever they wanted to see with that balloon, and who then presided over a series of missions in which millions and millions of dollars were spent and missiles were fired at objects that you now concede most likely were benign in nature. And that suggests a Commander-in-Chief who overreacted after allowing the Chinese spy balloon to do what it did, and then went trigger happy on a bunch of kites and balloons that had no military.
I love this guy. This guy, he gets it. He gets it. He's so clear and concise. He's basically just reiterating everything we just said and packaging it all in one question. I am so hyped right now, you guys, for what this guy is doing. I am so stoked. I love the fact that he takes a jab at them multiple times here and calls them kites or whatever. Oh, I'm loving this guy. Again, his name's James. We got to get his full name here. This guy might be deserving of an actual nickname like the Gladiator or Wonder Woman, of which we gave Jackie Heinrich. Let's continue.
Threat to them. What do you say to that depiction of events?
I've already reacted to that exact criticism in the first question of the briefing. I've already reacted to it. No Americans in the air were hurt. No Americans on the air in the ground were hurt. James, no significant surveillance achieved by the Chinese spy balloon.
How do you know that? And the reason why I bring this up is in the same briefing, again, I don't show you guys everything. He was talking about how we've only obtained the stuff from the craft and we're still analyzing it. I think he said in Quantico by the FBI. And it was from a reporter, I believe, in the front row that was asking the question of what have we actually gathered. So either he's lying to us at the beginning of like, well, we don't know what this stuff is. We don't really have all the intelligence. We're still waiting for the analysis to come through and come out. Or he does know a lot more than what he's telling us. And so now he's saying, well, they didn't really gather that much stuff. I don't know what to believe here. Some things he said was true. I feel like some things he's saying is a lie. But who the heck knows? Let me know in the comment section or live chat what you guys think about this guy.
And now
Kirby.
we have an opportunity to learn even more about this program, a program that we started to really study in earnest when we came into office. No apologies here. You make the best decisions you can with the information you have and at the recommendation of the leaders in the Defense Department who are going to have to execute on that mission. The president did exactly that. He put the safety and security of the American people first, and he will never apologize for that.
Knowing everything you know now, knowing everything he knows now, would he take the exact same steps and shoot off these expensive missiles at these benign objects?
We're going to put some more policy parameters in place, James, to govern the way we handle these going forward. You make the best decisions you can with the information you have at the recommendation of military leaders. I can't say it any more than that.
Isn't that amazing? So I'm telling you, folks, I think it's a very strong theory that these were literally just balloons or researcher balloons or maybe even weather balloons or some sort of university's craft that were up in the air and we just blew it out of the sky. And our leaders in the Pentagon, whoever's running the show, they're like, hey, Mr. President, we should blow this out of the sky. You know, well, what percentage of threat are these, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you're talking about our military here, folks. You would think that they would have a good idea of what these are before they shot it out of the sky. I mean, literally had the audio again from the F-15 fighter pilots going, I think it's just a balloon, sir. There's just stuff hanging from the bottom of it. It's too small. I can't get a good look at it. Let's blow it out of the sky anyways. But, you know, he's not going to change a damn thing knowing what he knows now. Let me know what you think about that one in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.